Bugle is sounded in the battleground state of Karnataka. All that and more in a moment, but first, as always, the 9 headlines at 9 tonight. Countdown to Karnataka election officially kicks off. Single-phase election to be held on the 10th of May. Results on the 13th. Former MP Rahul Gandhi to lead the Congress's charge in Karnataka with a Satyameva Jayate Yatra from Kolar, the same place where he made the Chor Modi comment in 2019. Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla reinstates Lakshadweep MP Mohammad Faisal's membership just hours before the Supreme Court was to take up his case. Kerala High Court had earlier stayed his conviction in a murder case. The opposition questions, why did the Speaker take so long? Fugitive Amritpal releases a video from his hideout, plays victim, calls for mobilization. Supreme Court slams hate speech, says hate speeches will go away only when politicians stop using religion in politics. Rajasthan High Court acquits all the accused in the deadly Jaipur serial blast of 2008 that had claimed 71 lives and left 180 injured. Namibian cheetah gives birth to 4 cubs at Madhya Pradesh's Kuno National Park 3 days after Sasha, one of the cheetahs, died due to kidney ailments. Russia's largest oil producer, Rosneft, inks a deal with India to substantially increase oil supplies. This as Russia reroutes traditional supply routes in Europe amidst the ongoing war. And artist Vivan Sundaram passes away at 79. He pioneered multidisciplinary art forms to reflect contemporary issues. What's breaking this evening is that Congress leader Rahul Gandhi will be kick-starting his post-disqualification campaign now with a rally in Karnataka called the Satyameva Jayate rally on the 5th of April from Kolar. Significantly, it was in Kolar where Rahul Gandhi made the Modi remark which led to his disqualification from Parliament. So Rahul Gandhi now, according to the Congress, will go back and begin his post-disqualification campaign from Kolar, where he had begun, where it had all started in a way with those remarks he made in 2019. Now, all of this is coming as the Congress is upping the ante against the centre with its democracy disqualified protest campaign. A day after Prime Minister Narendra Modi taunted the Congress and said that this was a Bhashtachari Bachao Andolan, Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge accused the Prime Minister of letting corrupt people escape the country. The BJP continues to demand an apology from Rahul Gandhi, saying he's insulted the OBC community. But can Rahul Gandhi garner sympathy at a time like this? That's going to be the question we'll raise. Take a look at our top story.
Mission 2024 turning into a battle of Modi versus Gandhis. The Congress has kick-started its month-long mass agitation, Jai Bharat Mahasatyagraha, to protest what it calls the murder of democracy. The Grand Old Party is milking the disqualification of Rahul Gandhi as an MP to garner sympathy of the Aam Aadmi. On Wednesday, the party's top leaders held a series of press conferences.
KPG बना के आप दूध का दूध पानी का पानी क्यों नहीं करना चाहते हो? पूछे ना मोदी जी को नुकसान है अगर कोई गलती नहीं की तो ना अडानी को नुकसान तब है कोई गलती की है और सच्चाई सामने आएगी.
The Narendra Modi government is fielding its top ministers to defend Rahul's disqualification.
Mindset of Mr. Rahul Gandhi is that he is entitled to rule this country. That is his mindset. That mindset makes him question every court. That mindset makes him question the institution of speaker. That mindset makes him question the very democratic setup that India has.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi has taken the fight to the opposition camp by calling the newly forged opposition unity an attempt to protect the corrupt, provoking angry reactions from his rivals.
आप सब देख रहे हैं कुछ दलों ने मिलकर भ्रष्टाचारी बचाओ अभियान छेड़ा हुआ है। आज भ्रष्टाचार में लिप्त जितने भी चेहरे हैं वो सब एक साथ एक मंच पर आ रहे हैं।
भ्रष्टाचारी तो वो खुद है। एक लुटेरे लोगों को, जो लोग भगोड़े हैं, यहाँ के पैसे लेके गए हैं, बैंक लूटे हैं, कर्जा यानी इंडस्ट्रीज के नाम पे, इन्वेस्टमेंट के नाम पे चंद लोग बैंकों से, LIC से पैसे उठाकर अपनी संपत्ति बढ़ा रहे हैं और चंद लोग तो भाग जा रहे हैं। उनके पीछे तो ये नहीं गिरे, उनको तो कुछ भी नहीं बोल रहे, उनके बारे में इंक्वायरी करने को तैयार नहीं।
Please be in our chair. Let us allow the...
The opposition is keeping the heat on in Parliament as well. For 3 days now, Congress leaders have been attending the House in black attire as they stalled proceedings demanding a JPC probe into the Adani share crisis.
Question number 401.
In a big show of opposition unity, TMC Supremo Mamata Banerjee is holding a 2-day dharna against the centre in Kolkata.
সংবিধান সম্বন্ধেও জ্ঞান দিচ্ছেন। ममता जी का हिम्मत है, अगर जरूरत पड़े तो PM का हाउस का पास में भी ममता जी बैठ सकते हैं।
Will Mission 2024 be Modi versus a unified opposition? Much could change in the coming months. Bureau Report, India Today.
Honorable Minister.
So how is this Rahul factor really playing out on the ground? That's the question we want to raise. I'm joined by two guests. First, Shashi Tharoor and then Prakash Javadekar. Let's go first to my first guest, Shashi Tharoor, senior Congress leader, now joins me, Member of Parliament from Thiruvananthapuram. Dr. Tharoor, is the Congress agitation against Rahul Gandhi's disqualification really gaining traction as you try and spread it nationwide, or is it simply failing to take off? Even in Wayanad, with due regard, sir, the fact is that we haven't seen that kind of public support, at least public protests, we haven't seen on Rahul Gandhi's disqualification. What does that suggest? Why is there an absence of any large-scale protest?
It suggests to me that perhaps, if you look at different places at different times, you get different impressions. I've been in Thiruvananthapuram yesterday in Guruvayur, and I can tell you that the turnout has been exceptional in both places. Unfortunately, so exceptional that in Trivandrum we had some terrible police brutality as unarmed youth Congress activists out in the street shouting were assaulted brutally by the Kerala police with lathis and worse. They were beaten on heads and bodies, and even innocent passers-by got bruised from these attacks. So clearly, if nothing was happening, these things wouldn't be happening. I visited some of the victims in hospital. It's pretty grim stuff going on. But the truth is that there is a fair amount of traction that I can see, but I agree that it may not be evenly spread everywhere. Wayanad people and people generally across our country have fundamental issues of life, of employment, of income, of inflation to worry about. And therefore, it's not that they don't care, it's just that there are things they're trying to do to keep their own body and soul together. That's essentially the only difference that I see. I don't think it's a lack of traction. I think it's that naturally people have other things. It's the politically committed who are out there every single day. And that the Congress has been able to sustain that so far suggests that the Congress people, at least workers and supporters, are strongly mobilized. But
Dr. Tharoor, there has been an attempt by the Congress to evoke sympathy for Rahul Gandhi. I saw a social media campaign, Mere Ghar Aao Rahul Gandhi, because he's going to lose his government bungalow. There doesn't seem to be, though, on the ground, beyond the Congress cadres, the kind of widespread sympathy perhaps that maybe the Congress was hoping for. Rahul Gandhi doesn't seem to be an Indira Gandhi of the 70s who could go to a Chikmagalur, win her by-election after she lost her membership in 77. Do you agree that Rahul Gandhi is yet to evoke that wider sympathy outside your hardcore Congress cadres?
Rajdeep, I can only talk about what I see, and I've been in Kerala the whole of this week, and I can tell you that here there is tremendous public sympathy. So much so that I'm picking this up even from people who are not Congress sympathizers. There is a genuine perception that democracy is under threat here. Because even people who don't really like Rahul Gandhi or want to vote for the Congress, when you ask them, is it good for democracy that the principal leader of the major opposition party is going to go to jail for 2 years and will not be able to raise his voice in parliament for 8? Is that good for democracy? And even people who say they voted for the BJP last time are saying, that's really not good. That's not what our democracy should be all about. That's what I'm hearing more and more. Public sympathy is there. Maybe not everybody who sympathizes publicly will come out on the street and brave the police lathis. But you know, the perception that this is about something even larger than an individual or a particular party, but is about saving our democracy, that perception is widespread in Kerala. Now, that's for Kerala that I can speak about because that's where I am. If you're telling me that it's not where you are, then clearly there are different perceptions. But I have no doubt that this has gained a lot of traction, this message.
Okay, Kerala is not India, Dr. Tharoor, but let's look at what has been the central issue raised by Rahul Gandhi, the Adani issue. For the last 8 years, Dr. Tharoor, Rahul Gandhi has constantly called the Modi government and Adani Ambani ki sarkar, and yet you lost 2 elections badly in 2014 and 19. So what can be different in 2024 when once again Rahul Gandhi takes the Adani issue on the center stage? Is it that you are still not able to connect this Adani question or the claim that it's a scam to a politically, electorally viable weapon?
Look, let me speak personally. I'm not an official spokesman of the party, nor am I a strategist for the party who decides these things. But what I believe is in raising questions in the interest of accountability, but moving on to issues that touch the daily lives of my voters. And if I speak to them of issues like unemployment, inflation, lack of credible measures of governance, whether in Karnataka, in Kerala, of course, the governance is by the communists, but elsewhere, very, very frankly, the echoes I get back are very encouraging for the Congress and for other opposition parties. I once in Mumbai was in a room with 500 people, and I asked the question, how many of you, and these are middle-class people, I agree they're not the poorest of the poor, but nor are they some affluent elite 5-star hotel crowd. I said, how many of you have had your lives improved because of decisions or actions taken by this BJP government since 2014? And in that 500-strong crowd, one person raised her hand. One person. Now, that's the kind of impact that this government has to realize its policies have failed to have. Maybe in some villages where there were no toilets before, the fact that toilets have come will win them votes. But there's certainly in urban India, what I'm seeing, and amongst the middle class, is a terrible sense of alienation, now compounded with this latest development by a sense that democracy that they've taken for granted is under threat. You know, Rajdeep, I'll tell you, I spoke to a BJP supporter just a couple of days ago who said to me, you know, Mr. Modi is prime minister because of democracy. He was an OBC person. He said, you know, we OBCs and others have rights because of democracy. We can't accept that democracy should in any way be diluted because democracy is what has given us what we value. Now, maybe he's an exceptionally thoughtful BJP voter, but that's the kind of message I'm picking up. And I think those are vulnerabilities we in the Congress can exploit. But the Rahul Gandhi issue is not just about one remark, one judgment, one sentence.
But are you in a way accepting, Dr. Tharoor, that the Congress cannot focus its narrative or debate only on the Adani issue? That you're going to have to localize your campaign. In states like Karnataka, if the Congress wants to get the traction, you can only get it if you localize a campaign, not by focusing on Gautam Adani. You'll have to connect to people's issues on the ground, which hasn't happened.
See, Rajdeep, I preface this by saying I'm not the party strategist, but common sense tells me that we can't contest elections on any one issue. We have to have multiple issues. I will certainly continue to raise the questions that Rahul Gandhi has been raising. I will also raise Rahul Gandhi's own situation and the undemocratic behavior of the government. But I will also raise unemployment, inflation, the extraordinarily poor governance, say in Karnataka, where I'm hoping to appear next week. There's going to be questions and issues we will all have to raise across the board. In state assembly elections, there'll be a greater emphasis on local issues. When we come to 24, there'll have to be national issues. But there's got to be a palette of issues. No party, unless there is a major mahal, wins an election on one issue alone. This is not so far a one-issue election. It's a multiple issue election. It's an are you better off than you used to be election, in my view. And frankly, after 10 years of BJP rule, if you're not better off, why are you voting for them again? There's absolutely no reason to.
You know, the reason is the Prime Minister keeps saying that the Congress is a party of entitled Dennis out at the moment to protect one family versus his government, which he says is rooted to which is dedicated to rooting corruption and the welfare of the people. That has been the focus of the BJP. Do you believe that narrative will play out again in 2024? Kamdar versus Namdar. Is it all building again, once again, towards that?
I mean, this business about entitled Ines is a bit amusing coming from the beneficiary and architect of the biggest personality cult we have seen in this country since 1971. Have you ever seen, I mean, the way in which nowadays even BJP ministers can't answer questions in parliament without some ritual genuflection to their real leader? You could almost be in North Korea, Rajdeep. I mean, it's just astonishing, the personality cult that has been built around our Prime Minister. And for that Prime Minister to talk about somebody else being a Shehzada or being a dynast is frankly laughable, because nobody in any other party has the kind of personality cult built behind them that we've seen around Mr. Narendra Modi. I mean, I can respect individuals for what they accomplish, but I respect them also when they're accountable to the general public, not when they build themselves out and up into being larger than life figures who somehow have to be deified by their own party members. And listen, I talk to BJP people all the time, in parliament and outside it. It's not that I'm giving you a line that's really the Congress party echo chamber, as some people might suggest. I always believe in politics, you appeal to people, not just from your own support group, as it were, but from across the spectrum. And I speak to people of various political persuasions, including the uncommitted, the neutral. And I think these perceptions, of which the Prime Minister and his party are blissfully unaware, also exist. And I think they should realize that, you know, there are a lot of Indians who, if they're not very keen on dynasty, are not very keen on a sort of Maoist or North Korean style personality cult either.
And that's the second time you've used a North Korean analogy, almost Shehzada versus Raja. But the Prime Minister said yesterday, Dr. Tharoor, that this is a coalition of the corrupt that is emerging around Rahul Gandhi and the opposition. The corrupt are trying in a way to protect. The corrupt is what was suggested by Prime Minister Modi, and are using Rahul Gandhi's disqualification to gang up against the BJP. And the people, he said, of the country will not accept such a corrupt grouping coming up. How do you respond to that?
Unfortunately, this is one charge, I'm afraid, that the Prime Minister has used too often. Corruption seems to be a convenient label to apply only to the opposition. All the inquiries, ED and CBI and enforcement, I mean, income tax, revenue intelligence, all of that is always targeting the opposition. 95% of ED investigations in the last few years have been against opposition MPs or business people supporting the opposition. Whereas every person against whom an inquiry is in process suddenly gets washed clean when he joins the BJP. It's become a cynical exercise. I'm afraid corruption is no longer a credible thing for the BJP to accuse anybody of, because they whitewash the corrupt routinely. They take on corrupt people shamelessly. In fact, they corrupt some people in order to take them on by their so-called Operation Lotus. In many states, they have bought MLAs who won on other parties' tickets and brought them over. Honestly, if there's any case of corrupt shielding the corrupt, it has to be the BJP and not the opposition. The opposition doesn't have the resources to do the kind of corruption that the government has been doing. It really is, I'm sorry to say, a futile charge. I don't think the public buys it anymore. They've seen that, unfortunately, on these matters, everyone appears to be tarnished. And I would say that, you know, we have also raised some very serious picture issues on what I would politely dub financial irregularity rather than corruption. And the Prime Minister has refrained from answering. So, you know, I think flinging these pointless charges about is not going to get anyone anywhere. I think it's important now to focus very, very clearly on issues. Karnataka, the people have had 5 years of bad governance, and it's time for the reckoning, which is why they're running a desperately Hindutva campaign, resurrecting everything from hijab to love jihad to Tipu Sultan, and even apparently ascribing to two fictional characters the credit for killing Tipu Sultan in order to get some community votes in that process. I mean, this is the kind of politics the BJP is resorting to. I think the people of Karnataka will not be fooled again.
Let's leave it there, Dr. Tharoor. You've given us where the Congress stands on Rahul Gandhi's disqualification campaign. Appreciate your joining us. Let's turn from there to the BJP's former minister and senior MP Prakash Javadekar, who I spoke to a short while ago. Listen in. And joining me now is the senior BJP MP, former Union Minister Prakash Javadekar joins me. Appreciate your joining us, Mr. Javadekar. The Congress is making one single point over the last few days. They claim Rahul Gandhi is being fixed by the Modi government because he has raised the Adani issue inside and outside Parliament, and that is embarrassing your leadership. That's why you have fixed him, is what the Congress claims.
Utterly rubbish. See, this disqualification is the result of the court verdict. He insulted OBC by calling them chore in 2019. The case continued for so many years, and now this is the court verdict by which he has got 2 years punishment. And Supreme Court decision of 2012 that anybody getting 2 years instantly he loses the membership. So that is why he is disqualified. There is no role of government at all. And let me tell you that this was peculiarly, this was the ordinance which Manmohan Singh had brought and passed in the cabinet to nullify the Supreme Court judgment. He told it. So my basic question is to Congress, whom you are protesting against? Court, Supreme Court, or Rahul Gandhi? Because Rahul Gandhi told that ordinance. If that he would not have told, you would not got the relief.
Mr. Javadekar, however, the argument which the Congress is making is that this entire matter in Surat was fast forwarded only in the month of February after Rahul Gandhi raised the Adani issue in Parliament. They claim that the BJP is unwilling to debate the Adani issue inside Parliament and now wants to fix Rahul Gandhi as a result. That's the charge, that the BJP doesn't want the Adani issue to be raised, and by disqualifying Rahul Gandhi, fast forwarding the court verdict, Rahul Gandhi is being made an example of.
No, this is absolutely again another rubbish, because people are raising whatever issues they want. In Parliament debate, there were 26 hours given for finance bill, appropriation bill, Jammu Kashmir bill, and discussions on various ministries. They could have utilized that, but they don't want, they want only disruption out of desperation. That is their problem. And what is the argument of Rahul Gandhi? That court gave him opportunity, 1 minute, court gave him an opportunity to seek apology and then he would have got relief. But he said, I don't apologize. And here also again he said, I am not apologizing, I am not Savarkar. You can't be Savarkar. Savarkar was such a great personality. Neither you are Savarkar, nor you are related to Mahatma Gandhi. What Savarkar and Gandhi you are talking about?
So you're saying they think the family is above the law. They maintain, why is the BJP unwilling to have even a discussion on the Adani issue in Parliament? That's the central point which is coming again and again. And all that has happened according to the Congress since then is only because Rahul Gandhi is leading the charge on Adani.
No.
Are you willing to have a full debate on the Adani issue in Parliament is what the Congress is asking.
1 minute. BJP has said it umpteen times, and Prime Minister himself, you can raise any issues in Parliament under the rules. And what are the rules? If you have to cast aspersion against any sitting member, you have to give prior notice. If you are making allegations about somebody who is not a member, you have to substantiate. Both these rules you will violate. So your speech gets expunged, and still you say that we don't allow.
do you respond? I had Mr. Chidambaram on the channel yesterday claiming this is an undeclared emergency, that anyone who raises his voice against the government is being silenced, and any political opponent is now facing the prospect of the law being used against them. How do you respond to what Mr. Chidambaram says, that there is an undeclared emergency?
The people who brought declared emergency are talking about undeclared emergency is the joke of the year. They should be ashamed of what they did to the constitution and the whole mechanism in 1975 to 77. And now it is and Supreme Court has given that decision, and Manmohan Singh government had decided about promulgating the ordinance, and he told it, and Manmohan Singh government backtracked. Now he is suffering because of that. So what can we do? And he is saying that I am not Savarkar and therefore I will not apologize. Is also not true, because in the Rafael case, when Supreme Court finally said you have to apologize or we'll give our decision, then he apologized in writing and in words. So
can I though ask you that the Congress, Mr. Javadekar, the Congress believes that all of this will work to their advantage. There is sympathy, they say, for Rahul Gandhi. He is being made a martyr, that the voters first in Karnataka next month and in other places will now support the Congress, because they will get the impression that the BJP is only targeting the opposition. Do you think that Rahul Gandhi will get any sympathy?
Absolutely not, because you have to have some moral issue with you. And where is the moral issue? It is the personal ego, a super ego over law. That is what you want to say. It is a public cause. That doesn't happen.
One final question. There is a belief, of course, Meghalaya was won by Conrad Sangma, not by the BJP. But one final question, sir. Do you believe that the BJP is obsessed with Rahul Gandhi? You want to make 2024 Modi versus Rahul. All of this is designed in a way to make Rahul Gandhi the central focus. First you ask for his apology, then he gets disqualified. Now he has to leave his house in Delhi. You want Rahul Gandhi to remain in the headlines so that the battle of 2024 becomes Modi versus Rahul Gandhi. True or not?
This is absolutely rubbish. We are for people. I don't know who is opposing and who will be in opposition. I don't know. I know only one thing, that we stand for good governance. And let me once again give one reference. He had made 3 speeches in last 1 month. London, where he insulted the country and sought foreign intervention in a way. Then he made a parliament speech where he broke every parliamentary rule, and this 3rd speech for which he got punishment. And he is not alone. There are 32 MPs, 6 of BJP itself. But they were disqualified. Nobody raised voice against that.
Okay. Let's leave it there, Prakash Javadekar. I appreciate your joining us and giving us the perspective of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Thank you so much. So we've heard 2 sides of that big story. Rahul Gandhi, how will it play out? Well, the first test of that will come in May in Karnataka, because today the Election Commission announced assembly poll dates for Karnataka. Voting will be held on the 10th of May. Results will be announced on the 13th. The upcoming polls will see a 3-way battle: Congress, BJP and Devagowda and Kumaraswamy Janata Dal Secular. The Prime Minister has already visited Karnataka 7 times in the last 3 months to bolster the BJP campaign. The Congress relying possibly on local factors and strong local strongmen like DK Shivkumar and Siddharamaiah. Big question therefore now, what are the X factors that will decide Karnataka? Who has the advantage in the battle for Karnataka? Is the BJP still heavily dependent on the Modi factor? Is Rahul a factor in Karnataka? Is this now a do or die battle for the Congress? What I'm going to do is list out some X factors as we discuss Karnataka and its battle. Joining me now are Ganesh Karnik. He is BJP spokesperson for Karnataka. Aishwarya Mahadev is Congress spokesperson in Karnataka. R.K. Upadhyay, Bengaluru-based senior journalist. I'm going to go to each of you for the X factors. What will decide Karnataka? As I list them, Lingayat vote with the BJP, Dalits and a wider caste coalition coming to the Congress, and the Vokaliga vote with the JDS. Is caste going to decide Karnataka? Does Karnataka vote for caste first? Ganesh Karnik, why don't you start off, since you all are the ruling party of Karnataka?
Rajdeep, good evening and thanks for this first opportunity given to me, and my greetings to co-panelists. Well, people of Karnataka are waiting to ensure that the mistakes are not repeated. What happened in 2008 and 2018? We got 110 and we got 104. And they have realized what happened after that. So this time, I'm very sure with the kind of leadership Mr. Modi has provided during the past 3 months in going around the entire state, and Mr. Yediyurappa, who is our tallest leader in the state, having taken a pledge that I will not rest till I get BJP back to power on its own majority, and the kind of work we did during the COVID, 1.5 years of COVID time, and subsequently the record investment on capital expenditure in the state during the last 2.5, 3 years period, and the double engine government that we have seen functioning in Karnataka state will ensure that we'll cross the threshold of 113 and form the government on our own. We're all very, very positive about it.
You're saying basically that the BJP will do in 2023 what it's never done in Karnataka, get a majority on its own. You're talking about a double engine. I'll come to this double engine. But there is a double engine of sorts, Aishwarya Madhav in the Congress as well. Mr. Siddaramaiah and Mr. D.K. Shivkumar. One of the X factors, can the Congress ensure that it is a united front on the ground in Karnataka? That's an X factor that the Congress faces. How do you respond? Is the Congress clear as to be able to fight unitedly this time?
Good evening, Rajdeep. I think it has been made very clear by the leadership at the center and the state that this election is going to be fought collectively and by leadership from all castes and communities across the board. Whether it is my leader D.K. Shivkumar or the CLP leader Siddaramaiah, I believe that they are very tall leaders in themselves. However, they are aided by several leaders of all other communities. It is a collective leadership. It is a collective plank. And that is going to be the X factor, especially when you look at the Irani versus Bommai, Yediyurappa versus everybody else. And the fact is, Mr. Ganesh Karnik did not even mention his chief minister in this. He said Mr. Modi and Mr. Yediyurappa's name, which makes it very interesting. But Rajdeep, overall, I will tell you the X factor for the Congress today, besides the leadership, is the fact that the issues of the people, and you spoke about caste, the issues of the people in my state transcend all castes, whether it's the fact that they're plagued by 40% commission, or the fact that the aspirations of all these communities when it comes to reservations has not been met. I think the people of Karnataka decisively giving the Congress a mandate, an absolute majority, not only simple, an absolute majority is what is going to be something that you.
So you're saying, you're effectively saying that anti-incumbency will possibly decide Karnataka this time. Mr. Upadhyay, the first poll that has come out today, C-voter poll, shows a clear majority for the Congress, 120 plus, BJP 68 to 76 and the JDS 25 to 30. Do you agree? At the start of this race, history at the moment is with the Congress, because every government in Karnataka in the last 25 years has gone down in the subsequent elections. So it would indicate that this could be the Congress's turn.
Well, good evening, Rajdeep. Well, I think, what's happening is, as of today, I would still bet on a hung assembly with Congress being ahead of BJP. That looks like the scenario as of today. But, we are 42 days away from the elections and anything can happen.
Why do you say hung assembly? Why do you say, are you saying, and that's an X factor, that the JDS with its 18% vote, 30-35 seats could still hold the balance of power?
Yes, they're still capable of holding that balance, because in the old Mysore area, I think the battleground is going to be the old Mysore area, where both Congress and BJP have not done well. So that is where the JDS is still very strong. You remember last time they got 37 seats. Out of the 30 came from old Mysore areas, and BJP was able to secure only 26 out of 89 seats in the old Mysore area. So unless BJP is able to improve its performance in old Mysore area, and Congress is able to improve its performance across the state, because compared to 2014, they did badly in all the segments, whether it's Bombay Karnataka or Hyderabad Karnataka, Central Karnataka or Coastal Karnataka, they did badly compared to the previous elections. So Congress has to improve everywhere, whereas the BJP is concentrating on old Mysore area, and if they do well, I wouldn't be surprised if either Congress or BJP emerges as the single largest party.
Well, one of them has to emerge as a single, but you're still saying it's a hung assembly. You know, Captain Karnik, the first poll, as I said, puts the Congress way ahead. And when I speak to people on the ground, that's the impression I get. As of today, the Congress has already announced its list of candidates. They've got a national president, Dalit from Karnataka, Siddaramaiah, who's got a strong backward class and Muslim support base. And you've got Mr. D.K. Shivkumar with his resources and his Vocaliga base. Do you accept that this is one of the few elections where the BJP is playing catch-up at the moment? Even Yediyurappa, whom you mentioned, you have had to pull him out of virtual semi-retirement because you know that he is still your tallest leader. Let's be clear, Mr. Yediyurappa is not, till a few months ago, was in hibernation.
Rajdeep, I appreciate Aishwarya forgetting two prominent Dalit leaders, Karge, who is the national president of their party, and Parameshwara, who happens to be a person who has...
Minister, sir.
Yeah, I mentioned about the tremendous amount of development work done by the government. I forgot to mention the name of our chief minister. Keeping it aside, well, we'll go to polls, and we are very, very certain that this double engine Sarkar, which you said you will talk to a little later, has done tremendous amount of work. In fact, entire country appreciates the kind of COVID time work that we did in this state. And subsequently, in spite of all odds, the development initiative that has taken place, and more than anything, the Vijay Sankalp Yatra in 4 different teams all over the state, and the kind of whirlwind tour taken by Honorable Prime Minister, you all have seen it on the television. Definitely, we are going to come back to power on our own strength.
So you're saying, you mentioned Mr. Modi more than a couple of times, and Aishwarya, there is that factor. You've got Mr. Modi, 2019 Lok Sabha, the BJP won 26 out of 28 seats. And you've got Rahul Gandhi, who's embarking on a campaign from Kolar. Is the Congress now going to play the Rahul sympathy card, or are you going to focus on local issues? Because if you make it Rahul Gandhi versus Modi, as it was in 2019 Lok Sabha, it may be advantage BJP once again.
You know, Rajdeep, the event that we want to have is basically the fact that this case that was filed in the Surat court happened after a speech that was made by Mr. Rahul Gandhi in Kolar. And we want to say you will come back there to speak the truth again, and that is symbolic. I do not believe that my party, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, is one of the tallest leaders for the Congress party. But I also think the Congress here, as much as, it's absolutely a strength and a boost in our arm by allowing... Hello?
Go ahead.
When Mr. Gandhi comes, because he resonates with the masses in Karnataka, the Karnataka Congress has also kept it to the issues. We have spoken about, just 2 examples. He spoke about COVID and the Vijay Sankalp Yatra. COVID, where 45,000 crores was unaccounted for. Vijay Sankalp Yatra, where in Mudigere, where in Madal Chappa's assembly, they wouldn't even allow the rally to happen. In some places, you saw empty chairs everywhere. The fact is, the BJP is trying to save a sinking ship that is nosediving into the depths of defeat. And for us, the Congress has a positive agenda. It is not only anti-incumbency. Rajdeep, ask anywhere on the ground, whether it's the 200 free units of electricity or the 2,000 for women or the Anna Bhagya or even the unemployment scheme that the Congress has given, we have a two-pronged agenda. One is against the corruption which is eating into a prosperous state like Karnataka. And the second is us ushering in these guarantees to ensure a brighter future for the state.
You're saying you have a positive agenda. You're not relying on anti-incumbency. Interestingly, Ramakrishna Upadhyay, Karnataka is a state with what I call a large floating population of politicians. One in every of your 6 MLAs who won last time has won on more than one party. No other state has seen the kind of flux that we see in Karnataka. And a number of MLAs from the BJP MLCs apparently want to switch to the Congress, clearly showing which way the wind is blowing. Do you believe this floating population could well decide Karnataka's future, given that many of them are strong men and strong women in their own areas?
Now, I think, Rajdeep, that's the reason why Prime Minister Modi and Amit Shah have taken the lead in campaigning this time. And Bommai and Yediyurappa have taken the back seat. They realized that both in 2008 and 2018, when BJP crossed the 100 mark, they fell short of majority by 3 votes, 3 seats and then 9 seats respectively. So they had to resort to Operation Kamla, which led to a lot of inconvenience for the party and disastrous consequences. So this time they want to make sure that BJP on its own gets a majority, and that's the reason why they're going all out in entire state, campaigning on behalf of the party. And I wouldn't be surprised that, some of these issues that they've been raising, like the double engine issues, you see, a lot of funds have been pumped into Karnataka. As you've seen in the last 2 months, a lot of funds have been pumped in and a lot of projects have been brought in. You take Bangalore-Mysore highway, or the projects that have been given to Mandya, or the Bhadra irrigation project. So all these are being given as, people are being told that you elect BJP and you will get good governance.
So you're saying that the project, you're saying the double engine factor could play a role. Aishwarya Madhav, I saw you raise your hand the moment he said Bangalore-Mysuru expressway. The fact is, Karnataka is increasingly urbanized. It's also split regionally between north and south. But will Bengaluru's 26 seats, for example, prove decisive? The sense that urban Karnataka, particularly with the BJP trying to polarize Hindu-Muslim, could become important.
Rajdeep, I think all sections, whether it is rural or urban, especially urban, the sort of urban apathy that you've seen of the BJP government, whether it's the potholes or whether the fact that my city was turned into Venice for a brief period of time when you had inclement weather and freak, rains in my city, you see that the BJP has done nothing. Their positive agenda, they talk about double engine, they say funding to the state. Rajdeep, look this up.
Potholes, with due regard, potholes didn't start only after 2018. Potholes have existed in Karnataka's roads.
Let me just complete. More than, again, with the 40% commission that is going, more than 8 times has the High Court hauled up not only the Bommai government, but even Mr. Yediyurappa's government saying take action, and the governmental apathy is absolutely brutal. The other thing is, for all this idea of development, more than 45 to 48,000 crores earmarked for welfare schemes for the people of Karnataka went underutilized, and this is not me. This is literally the Vidhan Sauda Secretariat handing out this data. What development has happened? You are basically looking at a state that is run on commission. You have Madal Virupakshappa as a prime example of face of the pay BJP that seems to have become the plank for them. And it's not Congress, it is everybody talking about it, from seers of the communities they cater to school associations, to contractors associations, to even people providing cattle feed to the revered goshalas of the state.
Captain Karthik, you're saying you've also used the word double engine more than once. It almost seems as if Mr. Modi has to come at the last moment to rescue a faltering government. I mean, he's inaugurating everything from a railway platform to an expressway in the last 2 months. For 5 years, you all don't do, it seems to me this is the Indian double engine model. For 3-4 years, nothing happens. Suddenly, in the last 2 months, when your government appears to be losing, the Prime Minister has called in even to inaugurate a railway platform in Dharwad. Is that double engine?
Rajdeep, we were not there for 5 years. You must
4 years.
Correct your factors.
4 years.
And during those 4 years, 1.5 years or 2 years was because of the COVID pandemic. And secondly, he came to inaugurate just not a platform. He came to inaugurate world's longest platform. You must understand that he has not come to inaugurate just another platform. And the second part,
yes, sir, with due regard, the railway minister could do that.
Yeah, he could have done it, but it's an election time. We are going to work on our strength, and we'll put the best, vote catcher in the front. What is wrong in that?
Okay.
After all, we are going for elections. That's the one part. Secondly, Mr. Upadhyay was trying to mention few of the developmental activities that has happened in Karnataka, be it metro, be it helicopter unit, be it highways. You think of it, the amount of money that has been awarded for Karnataka in terms of quality infrastructure, it is unprecedented, and people have seen it.
Okay, so I will ask you. I will ask all three of you. I have only 1 minute. Ask you what is your prediction. I'll start with you, Aishwarya, since you're raising your hand. What is your prediction? Become an Amit Shah-like cephalogist. Tell me how many seats. I heard Amit Shah today say it will be a clear majority for the BJP. What is your number?
I'm not a cephalogist, neither am I Amit Shah, thankfully. But what I can tell you from the pulse on the ground is that we are going to cross 130 absolutely easily.
So
I'm extremely, extremely convinced.
Okay, so you're saying it will be back to 2013. Ramakrishna Upadhyay, what's your number?
Now, before telling the number,
number. I have very little time.
38. 38 years ago that the ruling party was returned to power in Karnataka. That was Ramakrishna Hegade's government.
That's right.
So after that, there has been no ruling party which has returned. So it is going to do a lot for BJP to come back to power. And as far as the number is concerned, I'll be there along with you, hopefully, at the time of counting. And like last time in 2018, let's talk about the numbers.
Okay, so you seem to be hinting once again towards a hung assembly. Ganesh Karnik, what's the number? Knowing BJP, they will say 225 out of 224. But give me a realistic number.
No, after 38 long years, Karnataka will record a history and we will form government on our own.
Okay, I'll leave it there. As you said, not since 1985, Ramakrishna Hegde as a government got repeated. So BJP is facing history against it. But the Congress, notoriously known to make self-goals at election time. We'll see how that plays out. I appreciate all my guests joining us. Karnataka, lovely state, not so lovely politics. Let's take a break. On the other side, we'll bring you our Good News Today story. You're watching the News Today. News without the noise.
राहुल गांधी कोई भी सिक्योरिटी के बगैर गए, उन्होंने खुद कहा है कि देखिए मैंने लाल चौक में झंडा फहरा दिया। उनको ये मालूम नहीं है आपके समय में नहीं फहरा सकते थे, आज फहरा सकते हो। ये मोदी जी के कारण हुआ है।
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com.
Welcome back. You are with the News Today. Let's turn to our Good News Today story. It comes from Bihar, where the daughter of an e-rickshaw driver bagged the 3rd rank in the Class 12 Commerce exams. Payal Kumari's father is the sole breadwinner in the family, but he didn't let that become a hurdle in his daughter's education. It's our Good News Today story.
अमीरों के पास कोई वजह नहीं होती है कि हम आगे बढ़े, लेकिन गरीबों के पास सबसे बड़ी वजह है कि वो गरीब है और उनको उनसे निकलने का प्रयत्न करने चाहिए सबसे ज्यादा।
Truer words were never spoken, one could say.
Payal Kumari did not see poverty as a drawback. It instead motivated her to work hard. She has scored 94% in class 12th and bagged the 3rd rank in commerce stream in Bihar.
इसका श्रेय किसको जाता है?
पेरेंट्स को, टीचर्स को, गॉड को और सबसे ज्यादा मेरी प्रमीला मैम को, जो मेरी प्राथमिक टीचर थी.
The biggest cheers goes to her father.
पापा ने हमेशा प्रयास किया है कि जो भी हम मांगते थे एक बार हमें मिल जाता था. कभी समय पे पैसा नहीं मिल पाता था तो फिर उसके बाद उनको किसी और से मांग के हमको देना पड़ता था. वो कभी भी ये नहीं देखते थे कि दिन हो रहा है या रात. जब भी उनको मौका मिलता था वो कोशिश करते ज्यादा से ज्यादा अर्न कर सके ताकि हमको जो है ना ज्यादा से ज्यादा फैसिलिटी प्रदान कर सके.
Payal's father is a e-rickshaw driver in Khagadia.
हमने अपने तरफ से पूरा सपोर्ट किया है और उसका नतीजा और उसके मेहनत का फल है जो कि आज बिहार में टॉप 3 पर आई है इंटरमीडिएट में कॉमर्स. अभी सपना बस यही था पढ़ाई का जो हम कड़ा कर यहाँ तक पहुँचे. आगे भी हम पढ़ाते रहेंगे.
This is where Payal lives with the parents, brother and sister. The lack of facilities has never deterred Payal.
आगे आप क्या बनना चाहती हैं?
आगे
सपना क्या है?
सपना तो IAS बनेंगे.
Payal has a long way to go before realizing her dream, but with her drive, she's bound to reach there. Bureau Report, India Today.
You know, one of the reasons I do good news today every day at the end of the program is to bring stories like that. That is the real India. It's an aspirational India. This is the most mobile country in the world. And these are the stories that will take India to new heights. Girls like Payal or women like Payal and many others. I want to leave you with some nice good news for a day. One of the Namibian cheetahs that has been translocated to the Kuno National Park in Madhya Pradesh has today given birth to 4 cubs. 3-year-old female cheetah, Siaya, gave birth to 4 cubs 5 days ago. The cubs are safe in a pre-release enclosure. Remember, a couple of days ago, one of the cheetahs passed away. But that is the story of life. And therefore, there is always renewal. You stay well, stay safe. Good night. Shubhratri. Have a good Ram Navami tomorrow. Bye for now.
Gear up to see Lady Gaga as an actor on screen once again. The singer was spotted rocking a Harley Quinn outfit as she's filming for the upcoming sequel to Joker. The pop star was seen in full costume and makeup while filming in New York City. In the photos, Lady Gaga is seen surrounded by a large crowd as she descends the court building with the police officers by her side. She's also seen rocking a red coat, a white blouse and a black skirt as onlookers come out in support with signboards that read "Free Joker" and "Joker Marry Me." The Oscar winner, who is all set to play an ardent admirer of the Batman villain, was seen flaunting her blonde hair, which was pulled back into a half ponytail with her dark roots clearly showing. She started to appear as if she wasn't wearing any makeup. Coming to her ensemble, she was seen donning a black foxfire jacket, black stockings and a printed dress. Filmmaker Todd Phillips also shared a picture of Phoenix's Joker coming face to face with Gaga's character. She's even holding his face, implying an intense moment between the two. For the unversed, the pop star and actress confirmed her playing a role in the Joker sequel in August 2022. She posted a teaser clip on her Instagram featuring Phoenix and Gaga's silhouette dancing together. The Joker sequel will also feature Catherine Keener, Brendan Gleeson, and Zazie Beetz and is all set to schedule to release in theatres on October 4th, 2024. Entertainment Bureau, India Today.
at one of our conclaves and it stuck with me. Kuch banne ka nahi, kuch karne ka socho. Since you're a great believer of technology, Prime Minister, I thought you would enjoy meeting our newest anchor, Sana. She is our first AI anchor and I'd very much like you to meet her. Sana, come say hello.
माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी, हम आभारी हैं कि आप हमारे बीच आए। मेरी ऑन द जॉब लर्निंग अब शुरू हो गई है और 2024 तक मैं देश की सबसे अच्छी जर्नलिस्ट होने की कोशिश करूंगी। उम्मीद करती हूं कि तब आपसे एक एक्सक्लूसिव इंटरव्यू करने का मौका मिलेगा। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
Thank you, Sana. I'm sorry, Prime Minister, she's very ambitious. I'm sure, PM, you already have a few AI spokespersons in the making, ready for me. And I will be welcoming them in the Aaj Tak AI newsroom.
WPL, हर जुबान पर नाम तेरा। Union Bank of India, good people to bank with. Reliance Digital Personalizing Technology. आदित्य बिरला सन लाइफ इंश्योरेंस, इससे जरूरी कुछ भी नहीं।
Days on. Surrender, suspense deepens. Running across 3 states. Fugitive dares from hiding. Punjab cops on wild goose chase. Where is Amritpal? That's our top focus on India First.
That man has led the Punjab police on a wild goose chase for the past 11 days and counting. He's been spotted on multiple CCTV cameras. Pictures have emerged on social media platforms, but Amritpal Singh continues to cock a snook at the Punjab police. He's added insult to injury by releasing a video earlier this evening. He's challenging the Punjab police. He's challenging the Bhagwant Mann government. What is even worse, Amritpal Singh, while on the run, is calling a Sarbat Khalsa on Baisakhi, a congregation of the Sikh community. Look at the religious connotations and we'll talk about this in greater detail. What does this mean? Not just the failure of the police and the government, but the success of this Khalistani supporter on the run. I'm Gaurav Sawant. We get you shocking inside details of how he's been successful on the run for the past 11 days and counting. But first, as always, the headlines. Countdown to Karnataka elections officially kicks off. Single-phase election to be held on the 10th of May. Results on the 13th of May. Former Congress Party MP Rahul Gandhi to lead Congress Party's Satyamev Jayate Yatra from Kolar. Incidentally, that's the place where he made the Chor Modi jibe in 2019. Lok Sabha Speaker reinstates the Lakshadweep MP Muhammad Fazal's membership hours before Supreme Court was to take up the matter. Kerala High Court had earlier stayed his conviction in a murder case. Rajasthan High Court acquits all accused in the deadly Jaipur serial blast. The 2008 attack had claimed 71 lives and left 180 injured. Namibin cheetah gives birth to 4 cubs at MP's Kuno National Park 3 days after Sasha, one of the cheetahs, died due to a kidney ailment. It's a huge blot on the Punjab police.
it raises several questions about India's intelligence agencies and the manner in which the government is functioning. Khalistani separatist Amritpal Singh has been on the run since the 18th of March. He's apparently back in Punjab. That is what agencies believe. This Khalistani supporter is said to have travelled to Amritsar through villages in Hoshiarpur, where the Punjab police laid a trap for him, but they failed to catch him. In fact, the Punjab police rushed to the Golden Temple because there were some reports which suggested that he was trying to go and hide in the Golden Temple, and the police clearly don't want history to repeat itself. Police have now launched a door-to-door search to nab not just Amritpal Singh but also Pappalpreet Singh. But a bigger cause for concern, for the past 11 days, he was hiding in multiple states and the police failed to nab him. India Today's Kamaljeet Kaur Sandhu and Manjeet Sehgal with our top story.
Amritpal Singh, the Waris Punjab Day chief who was at the centre of a manhunt by police of 8 states, turned out to be hiding in Punjab. After a tearing 12-day run from multiple teams of police, Amritpal escaped the police dragnet by jumping from his getaway car and slipping into the dark. In Punjab's Hoshiarpur, 2 people who were driving in an Isuzu behind the Innova SUV which was being used by Amritpal and aide Pappalpreet were caught. After the interrogation, the duo revealed that both the fugitives were indeed with them.
Pro-Khalistani leader Amritpal Singh and his close aide Pappalpreet Singh are on the run. This is Marnaiya village in Hoshiarpur district, located just 7 kilometers from the district headquarters. There was an alert that Amritpal Singh and Pappalpreet Singh could be hiding in this village. In fact, police launched a massive search operation but took away the vehicle which was being used by 2 unidentified persons who could be hiding in this village.
As per sources, late on Tuesday night, Amritpal was going to Jalandhar for an interview with an international news channel ahead of his planned surrender. As the Punjab Police Intelligence Unit got a tip-off, its personnel started chasing Amritpal and Pappalpreet. And after being stopped at the Hoshiarpur police checkpost, Amritpal fled, leaving behind the car, vanishing into the darkness. Punjab police cordoned off the entire area and house-to-house searches were conducted, but it all turned futile. The Waris Punjab Day chief has been playing hide-and-seek with the police since escaping from his hometown, Jallupur Kheda. He was then spotted in multiple occasions across Punjab. After escaping past toll plazas and using bikes and motor carts to escape Punjab police, hot on his trail. He had even given a slip to Punjab police officials, chasing him on an SUV by slipping out of his car into a narrow lane. After getting help of a woman friend in Haryana, Amritpal was last seen in Delhi's Madhu Vihar, once again helped by his women friends. In Delhi, he sported a changed look with cropped hair and also shed his trademark turban. Amid speculations that he was on the verge of crossing over to Nepal, the fugitive was spotted in UP's Lakhimpur Khedi. With the intensifying manhunt, Amritpal has now been finally traced to Punjab. In these 12 days, the fugitive may have covered over 1,100 kilometers, changed multiple vehicles, used public transport buses, altered his looks completely, and went past multiple cities, virtually unchallenged. The Punjab police failing to catch him each time. With Kamaljeet Sandhu, Manjeet Sehgal, and Satyendra Chauhan, Bureau Report, India Today.
There's one aspect that's extremely important. Who are the people who've been shielding him in the past 11 days? Who are the people he's been staying with? The police have managed to arrest some of them, some of them are still at large. And this isn't just in one city. It's not just in one state. We're not just talking about Punjab, but he came to Kurukshetra in Haryana. He came to the national capital. He stayed in Delhi with one lady, we are told. Then he went to Lakhimpur Kheri, apparently stayed with another lady there. 11 days, 11 different people. That's what police say he's been staying with. And some of them are friends of Pappalpreet Singh. It's a network. What more do we know of this network? India Today's Manjeet Sehgal with this exclusive report.
From Punjab to Haryana to Delhi. Even after being declared a fugitive and multi-state police crackdown, Amritpal managed to repeatedly change locations. But how? India Today investigated and unearthed his lady network, who he used as pawns for shelter. Sources have informed India Today that Amritpal and his sidekick Pappalpreet are known to have many female friends. More than 10 of them are on the radar. Amritpal used their houses to take shelter, be it Patiala, Haryana, and even in Delhi. 3 women in the capital have been tracked down and being interrogated by the cops for helping Amritpal. In Haryana's Kurukshetra, where Amritpal was seen boarding a bus, the Khalistani fugitive had helped there too. This is Baljeet Kaur, a middle-aged woman living in Kurukshetra who has been arrested by cops for harboring Amritpal and his aide. She claims she had no idea who they were.
कौन लेकर आया था अमृतपाल? जो हमारे जानकार थे पप्पलप्रीत सिंह, जिनको मैं मतलब इंस्टाग्राम के माध्यम से जानती थी. अच्छा. हाँ जी. नहीं सर, बिल्कुल नहीं पहचान रही थी क्योंकि उन्होंने पग बांधी हुई थी और चश्मा लगाया हुआ था, मास्क पहना हुआ. क्या बोला था अमृतपाल ने कि कहाँ जा रहा है वो? नहीं, उन्होंने सर इसके बारे में हमें कोई इंफॉर्मेशन नहीं.
This is the elaborate femme fatale plot used by Amritpal Singh to evade cops for so long. And don't forget, besides these 10 odd women who helped him, his wife also actively helped him to get funds. With Manjeet Sehgal from Hoshiarpur, Bureau Report, India Today.
Let's try and make sense of all these latest developments. Joining me on India First is Mr. Shashi Kant. He's former Director General of the Punjab Police. Also with me is Harmeet Shah Singh, Senior Editor, India Today TV, for a political perspective and someone who's keeping a hawk eye on developments on the story. But Mr. Shashi Kant, I want to begin by asking you, sir. A truck driver from Dubai, he's seen as a Khalistan backer. He's at large for the past 11 days and counting. Is this not hugely embarrassing for the Punjab police? They have videos, CCTV camera images, but not the fugitive. Is he not making the Punjab police, sir, look very inefficient, if not incompetent?
Yeah, it all is very serious indeed. But it also exposes Amritpal Singh absolutely. He's paradropped here in Punjab, does whatever he did. Ajnala, this place, that place, all sorts of activities, anti-national activities. And now it turns out that he's got his cahoots, his friends, his persons who are trying to help him, both men and women. What it shows? It shows that he was paradropped here, and with whosoever planned it, whether it's ISI or whatever it was, I don't know. I won't say the diaspora, because diaspora can't plan this extensively. And he has now his supporters, he has the persons who are harboring him, he has persons who are giving him money, he has persons who have been joining him. It's basically it appears to be a plot. Like, I know I've worked in intelligence agencies, I've studied American and Mossad and all those agencies. Okay. It's exactly a story which has been brought out of their books and being implemented here in the state of Punjab. And yet, Punjab police has failed miserably.
Absolutely. The Punjab police have failed miserably. Whether it was Ajnala, when the police station was attacked, and there, can one of the most experienced police forces, battle-hardened police forces hide behind the excuse that there was a religious connotation to his actions. He was carrying the holy book, and that is why they could not act. Let me bring in Harmeet into this conversation. Amritpal Singh claims Punjab police are not targeting him individually, but the Sikh community at large. Harmeet, is he either portraying himself or emerging as the voice or representative of the Sikh community in our country?
Gaurav, he has once again proved himself to be wet behind the ears so far as the Sikh faith is concerned. In all his speech that he delivered in this video format, he attacked Bhagwant Mann government, then he spoke about Sarbat Khalsa, a tradition which has its own historical connotations, and then he went on to portray that the police hunt for him is in fact an attack on the entire Sikh community. So he's trying to portray himself, project himself as Messiah of the community, which is nothing short of a farce. And I think that he should have trained himself better. So far as the nuances of the Sikh religion are concerned, using Sri Guru Granth Sahib as a shield was one instance. Now portraying himself as the Messiah of the entire Sikh community is another instance. Before that, he went into Gurdwaras, his men went into Gurdwaras and vandalized the furniture there, burnt chairs and tables, calling them, insult to Maryada. I think all these things, who gave you the right to vandalize furnitures?
And yet the police and the administration did not take action against him. So you created,
built up.
created a Frankenstein's monster. Mr. Shashikant, the police has access to human intelligence, electronic intelligence, signal intelligence, latest technology at their disposal, and yet one day he's seen in Punjab, the next day in Haryana, the third day in Delhi, now apparently back in Punjab, and the police are a couple of steps behind. Sir, does it appear to you that someone in the system may be helping him? What do you make of, you've headed Punjab police, what do you make of the activities of the Punjab police despite having access to all human intelligence, electronic intelligence, signal intelligence, but not the man?
I wish I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But it appears that he has some persons more in the Punjab police who has been alleging him. There have been a number of instances when he had come very close to the police, but somehow or the other, he was warned. Out of nowhere, mobiles came in, cars came in, people came in to help him. Like, that what this latest incident which had happened when the Musewalas assassins, he was caught and he was staying with the police sub-inspector and having fun out there. Yes. Again, I say, I hope I'm wrong, I wish I'm wrong, but I don't know, I get a gut feeling that he is. Without a mole inside the police force, it's not possible. It's not possible at all. Yeah,
absolutely. And that's very worrying. Is there a mole in the Punjab police, in the Punjab administration, in the Punjab government who has access to information that actually benefits this Khalistan supporter real time, Harmeet? There are reports that he was trying to head to the Golden Temple. Apparently, the police presence there now has been strengthened, not just at the Golden Temple, but also across Amritsar. Now, Harmeet, the way this man dresses, to the way he speaks, to the issues that he now raises, is Amritpal Singh trying to model himself as some kind of Pindrawale 2.0? And will there be takers for it in Punjab in 2023?
No, again, that's bunkum. This is all rubbish. These are the theories that have been floated by, we don't know who is behind these theories. He is not at all Pindrawale 2. And those times were different. The issues were different. The issues, that led to the rise of Jarnail Singh Pindrawale to what he eventually became. They were rooted in natural resources. They were rooted in the politics of Congress party. They were rooted in language. So there is a history behind it, and Pindrawale came from a religious background, whereas we see this man who has, appeared like an apparition. He has no religious background. He wasn't even a Khalsa, Gaurav, and he is talking to be, a supporter of the Khalistani cause. So all these things raise a lot of suspicion, a lot of question. And one thing good about Punjab this time around is that people, many of them, you see, he is someone who would create spectacles, but then there are people who see through these spectacles, and there is a lot of criticism of him, fierce criticism. I think I don't have an adjective for that. If you see the social media feeds, people have torn him apart.
And yet there are people who are supporting him, Mr. Shashikant. And sources also say this video that he released today, this video was apparently filmed at Lakhimpur Kheri in Uttar Pradesh, sent to this so-called Khalistan network that operates out of UK, Canada, even countries in the Middle East, and uploaded online overseas. What does that indicate to you as a former top cop about this entire Amritpal episode that's been playing out in the last several months?
It again shows one thing very clearly and plainly, that he has got support from some people abroad, and I'm sure I can bet anything on a desire side and a small section of diaspora. That's why this video which he had filmed there in Lakhimpur Kheri, it went off to UK or someplace, and from there it was uploaded. The place where it was uploaded, that has also been identified. This particular handle has been blocked. So it's clear that yes, some persons abroad are doing it. And again, I was listening to my friend here. He's right, absolutely. You know, some people are talking about Bhindranwale Part 2 and this. He's trying to create a sense like, you know, deja vu. Yeah, there's something which had happened before. And his attire and everything give out a feeling as if he's really Bhindranwale Part 2. But on this count, let me tell you very clearly, Bhindranwale, whatever it is, right or wrong, but still a lot of people in Punjab take him as a legend. But if he's trying to copy him, he's turning people against him. That's why I said he's got the support, limited support, very limited support, but somebody from within is certainly giving the tips out. That's what as an intelligence person, that's what my submission is. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, worrisome, extremely worrisome. Harmeet, does he enjoy some kind of political patronage or support in Punjab? How do you read his statement comparing the situation today to the times of Bayan Singh, or as you also referred to, his calling for a Sarbat Khalsa on Baisakhi on the 13th of April? So many political connotations and religious connotations in what he's saying, Harmeet.
The focus of his video today was Bhagwant Mann government. So he has clearly issued, it was more of a political statement than a religious one. That's how I read it. Although he is politically immature, officially and he is untouchable to many mainstream political parties. That said, Gaurav, one thing is there in Punjab, which is a vacuum of Sikh leadership. Okay. If you see, the Akalis have been marginalized in their political career, and they are at the lowest ebb. So that probably is the vacuum which is trying to exploit. And the unfortunate part, I mean, I am a Sikh myself, but yes, I see it personally, I believe that, his kind of showing or trying to garner the support of Sri Akal Takht Sahib isn't something that someone like me would really appreciate. At the end of the day, Akal Takht is the top Sikh authority. I don't know what's happening there, but we have seen time, Gaurav, when Akal Takht would issue two things. Either there will be an Adesh or a Sandesh. We have seen that time. We were very young, and we have seen those times, and everything was system driven. But now, there is rhetoric which is taking place.
No, but that rhetoric, absolutely, that rhetoric is worrisome, especially if it could lead to unrest, unrest like Ajnala, worse than Ajnala. Shashikantji, how do you look at this man who just comes from Dubai as a truck driver there, but calls for Sarbat Khalsa on Baisakhi, refers to genocide in the times of Ahmad Shah Abdali? Is he trying to incite communal passion in Punjab? And the fact that some people have been shielding him for 11 days does indicate that there is a network that supports him.
I fully agree with my friend here who has given a fantastic narration of the things he is. He's certainly trying to whip up communal passions, religious passions, and a kind of euphoria that's very dangerous. And what worries me most is that his attempts to go into Golden Temple, the holy place, or to try to organize some sort of Sarbat Khalsa or something around Baisakhi Day.
Yes.
That is one thing which really worries me like crazy. That worries me like crazy.
It
because
worries you like...
That's got all the ingredients which can certainly initiate this thing, or initiate a sort of volatile atmosphere, and it can be disastrous, really. I hope and wish that he is arrested as early as possible before he tries to get into the Golden Temple. And again, let me say it, unfortunately, a section of social media is again indulging in this kind of gossip, which is, I think they should all be banned, this kind of social media. Like today I was looking at it on some channel, they said that the Golden Temple has been surrounded. Damn, there's no such thing. They're trying to inflame communal passions. Religious passion is not done, it's simply not done. He's just a criminal, and who's a plant of some foreign agency who has come here with all help and everything, and people are sort of helping him day in out, but I'm sure that he'll be caught. And the most important thing, I'll say it without you asking, the government has to be very vigilant about this particular thing, Baisakhi, and wrong portrayal of situation by a section of social media and a section of press. Thank you.
No, on India Today, there'll only be facts. Facts first, yes. On India first. We are very clear about it. Golden Temple has not been surrounded. We have our reporters on ground zero. Internet is working. So all those foreign agencies and all those individuals who are trying to, create some kind of fear, psychosis or rumor mongering, we are telling you facts as they exist on ground. But Punjab police, they've actually been found wanting Harmeet day in and day out, from Ajnala till date. How do you ensure, and what is it that needs to be done, whether it's central help or whatever else, to ensure this man is arrested and faces due process of law before the 13th of April, where he's calling for this large religious gathering? As Mr. Shashikant says, it could lead to a situation spiraling out of control.
Not at all. I tell you, it's going to be the festival of Vaisakhi, right?
Yes.
And festival Vaisakhi is the birth of Khalsa. So it's the birth of Khalsa, and in any case, hundreds of thousands of people would go to Gurdwaras and historical Gurdwaras there. They would go to Sri Darbar Sahib, they would go to Damdama Sahib, where he has called Sarbat Khalsa. Now, here's something that the Punjab administration should do. This is what I feel, that they need to pull up the socks of their information machinery, that people in any case will be gathering there.
Yes.
So don't don't give an opportunity to the likes of Amritpal to say, look, this is at my beck and call that these people have arrived. This is not the case. People will go there.
Unfortunately, run out of time on this part of the show, but this is one story we'll be tracking very closely. And watch India Today. Watch India First for facts first. Mr. Shashikant and Harmeet for joining me here on India First. Many thanks, but don't go anywhere. On the other side of a quick break, the fiery Union Minister for Women and Child Development, Smriti Irani, exclusive at the Business Today conclave in Mumbai. Details coming up. Stay with us.
तो पहले अब उनकी माफी होगी या पहले जेपीसी बैठेगी?
अरे ऐसा है सुधीर भाई, इसकी चर्चा स्पीकर की उपस्थिति में करनी चाहिए, दोनों दलों ने मिलकर। चले, मैं तो आज ही कह देता हूं कि स्पीकर साहब के पास जाकर चर्चा करिए, आपके कार्यक्रम के माध्यम से ही कह देता हूं।
It's good news for Harry Potter fans as the star Daniel Radcliffe is expecting his first child with longtime girlfriend Eden Dark. The actress also showed off her baby bump as the couple was seen taking a stroll in New York City.
What happened?
You don't know?
He
wants my help, and I don't know if I should give
For the unversed, the couple first met on the sets of Kill Your Darlings, in which Radcliffe played the role of poet Allen Ginsberg and Dark featured as Gwendolen, his romantic interest.
Please don't get involved.
That man ruined my son.
You wanted him gone too. You sent him to me.
They were later spotted at the 2013 Sundance Film Festival. Radcliffe and Dark have been together since then. In 2020, he was also seen gushing about how Erin has embraced his geeky side.
Wondering if maybe you wanted to go to the ball with me.
Mr. Weasley, place your right hand on my waist.
Daniel Radcliffe rose to prominence for his role as the title boy wizard in the Harry Potter film franchise.
It's Meadow Moody.
Avada Kedavra. Killing curse. Only one person is known to have survived it, and he's sitting in this room.
People die in this tournament. The devils are inside the walls.
Something's coming closer. I can feel it.
We're all here for a purpose. In the universe picks its time.
I need you to help me get home. Okay, buddy?
His other notable works include Swiss Army Man, The Lost City, and The Woman in Black.
A very warm welcome to everyone here, and a very warm welcome to Smriti Irani ji. Thank you very much for taking out the time, not just in Mumbai traffic, but flying all the way from Delhi to be here. And I know you have a packed schedule even after this. But I want to begin by sort of asking you about a question that I posed to other panelists earlier on. Being a woman, and a powerful woman, but in the profession of politics, how tough has it been?
Firstly, politics is not a profession. Because if you talk about politics from a perspective of a vocation, then you would put a price on public service. The fact that you can serve a country of 1.4 billion people is in itself a privilege. So I do not look at it as a profession, because I also think I belong to the media fraternity and I oscillated between media and politics. So I know the standards and the framework of what we call a profession. And I would rather that politics not be looked upon from a perspective of profit, from a perspective of competition amongst peers. I would rather that it be looked upon as a platform where multiple voices can converge for a greater good. That being said, when you call women powerful, how would you define power?
Okay, I'm going to relate an incident, and I know I'm interrupting you to define what Smriti Irani is all about. I was on the campaign trail when she was in Amethi in 2019, and a big wildfire broke out. Her cars were caught in it, so was our car, and a big ember came and fell on her right foot. You know what she did? She just took off that chappal. I had a bottle of Bisleri water in my hand. She poured it over her foot and kept walking on. Isn't that a powerful moment?
No, I think that's every woman. What is fascinating about Siddharth's description is that he had the water in his hand, but he did not deem it fit to douse the fire himself. Typical man. Doesn't know what to do when there is an emergency. It always rests upon the woman to give a solution with alacrity.
Yeah, I know I set myself up for that, but I'm glad all of you are having a good laugh. But Smriti Irani, that constituency that you have fought in is not a normal constituency in my reckoning. I'm a business reporter, but I've also covered the political economy for 2 decades. And in 2014, when you went there, there was not one glass ceiling. I would say there were multiple ceilings that tried to work against you. In 2019, you broke those ceilings, and you broke them very, very convincingly further. What was that make or break moment when you broke away from that old mold in a family borough?
I think that I was not sent to Amethi to contest that election because I was the female candidate. I was dispatched to Amethi because I was the best candidate to give that family a run for the money. And why I say this is because when there is a victory or a defeat, we suddenly start looking at the substance called gender. But we need to recognize today that gender is not the only qualifier for every woman who succeeds. Or for that matter, disqualification for every woman who doesn't succeed. And that is why I said, can you define power? Because our perspective towards power is so myopic that we look upon it from a perspective of position, from a perspective of bank balance, from a perspective of what assets we have. I think a woman is truly powerful when she knows her own aptitude, when she knows the realm in which she wants to leverage her capacities, and when she takes a decision for herself. That is power. Because many a times, women are burdened when they are in a position of decision making as to how that decision affects everybody else first, before she thinks upon herself as a cause and effect situation. So for me, power is when you have the audacity to take a decision because that decision best suits you, without bothering about how you will be judged. And that is why I said, power, if this is how you define it, then every woman who's conscientious, every woman who's conscious of her own capacity, and every woman who knows that there is a cost to pay for being abrasive enough to be just herself, she is a powerful woman. The biggest, I think, disservice we do to women across all communities is when we define her power, again, from a perspective of a corporate position, a bank balance, or her status due to a relationship. The minute you say a woman who takes decisions for herself and is not apologetic about it, that woman for me is a powerful woman.
India is a society and an economy of many layers. How many women in India actually know about their true power?
I have done this before, and you have been a partner in crime in those conversations that we have had across the country, where we have had a conversation with women professionals, CEOs, CFOs, those who own businesses, and the question that I've asked them is, how many of you with great paychecks last balanced your own books? How many of you made your own decision to buy a house without consulting anybody else, or were dominant in that decision making within your family structure? How many of you take a decision to buy, let's say, a stock and do not have to ask somebody else, not in terms of permission, but even refer to somebody else, compared to the men in your family who would not bother and ask you which stock to invest in, which mutual fund is looking very, very enticing? How many of you are in that capacity? And I was a bit overwhelmed where, irrespective of how well such women were doing professionally, these were the decisions that they were not making, which means that there is a difference between creating wealth and controlling wealth.
There's also another question that you have asked audiences in the past, and I want you to ask that question once again. It is about wills. Could you please...
No, I think this is the BT audience. So here we have the wealth creators, the wealth controllers, and like Zia said in the last session, if you're not one of those who facilitate such creation within a corporate organization, the best is to ensure that there is a fiscal penalty for it.
But I will still get the audience to do a show of hands here. This is a question that Smriti Irani ji has asked of audiences in the past. How many of you, the ladies here, have actually gotten their husbands to write a will and have actually seen it in terms of what is going to happen? Okay.
Not many. Let's be honest. Parsis are disqualified from this because they tend to get abrasive easily. But I think that the fact that there were a very few hands which went up, this is a very difficult conversation for any woman to have in a family unit. The fact whether the male partner has made a will, how much is the insurance money, those are conversations if the women in the family start having. The first question that is societally posed is, "Arey, tum marne ka intezar kar rahe ho?" Not that you need to plan, because we have known of many women who have belonged to many and esteemed families, suddenly left adrift because this planning was not done for themselves and for the children that they are to look after. And even if they don't have children, to just look after their own business interests. So I think that these are the uncomfortable conversations that need to be had, because these are conversations that protect families, not only individuals. And till such time we do not make these conversations comfortable in our own family drawing rooms, I don't think we can speak about complete empowerment or emancipation. And I believe that it begins from the teenage life of a young girl. When you talk about financial literacy, and Arundhati ji is here somewhere in the room, when you talk about financial literacy, there was a time where financial literacy was knowing about what is the banking system. I think we've gone way beyond that. Now is the time not only to teach about mutual funds, not only to teach about the stock exchange, but also how many of us educate young girls to say that your first ambition should be to buy your own house, to create a capital asset by the time, let's say, you're 25. So if those aspects become a part of our financial literacy engagements, including make a will, including how do you approach the issue of insurance, which includes not only personal insurance, insurance for your family, insurance for your business. I think that those are the aspects that need greater reflection and conversation around.
India is the startup capital of the world, but my question is not a question for the boardroom audience. Are homemakers not powerful women?
They are, but I think that if you tell me that how I am as a homemaker needs to be quantified financially, that means you will tell me whether my love is good enough as a mother to tell me how many rupees should it be slotted under. So there is a different opinion I have on this particular issue. When we say let's quantify what is the contribution of a homemaker, let's quantify how much monetary value can you attach to the love a wife has for a husband. Let's quantify how much money is good enough for you to be denoted as a good mother or a bad mother. So I think that those concepts which have been, let's say, discussed in Europe, may not be concepts which are acceptable to women here. If I am admonishing my child, क्या आप वो पैसा भत्ता काट लोगे? No, those are the complications that you need to address. But when you look at the latent talent, you're talking about the startup ecosystem, you're talking about, let's say, unicorns. Those are very progressive economic initiatives. But let's look at the base of women that we have today and how are they economically franchised. You have over 400 million women today in our country who are in the age group of the workforce, out of which 300 million women are in the unorganized segment. But when we look at even the organized segment, and I was listening to the panel just before mine, what are the 2-3 challenges that we have? Apart from the fact that we are looking at boardrooms, one of the issues that we need to look at is what are the negotiating skills that we teach young women when they get into a corporate entity? Because that again becomes a qualification whether a woman will rise in the corporate ladder or not, and what is the substance to the woman who seeks to be at that negotiating table. How many women were at the threshold of promotion will sit and compete with a man but then quiver when she has to ask for more money and settles for less so that she gets to keep the job or she gets to get the promotion vis-a-vis a man that she's competing with. Those are issues also that need, I think, discussions in the corporate world, because we are told that the glass ceiling per se, as you call it, and that again is a marketing addict, will only be broken if we have more women in the boardrooms. The issue that also needs to be added to this substantially is how many women who are in middle management get equal pay, or somebody who's, for instance, I've been a professional in the media business. When I entered the media business, I used to get roughly $1,800 a day, as compared to the male actor who was in the project, who was getting $10,000. But by the time I finished my first year contract, I knew they could afford to let the guy go, but not me. So do you have the audacity to sit and negotiate and be tough as nail in your negotiation? Do we teach that to young girls? And not be cantankerous in your negotiation. Be very, very cognizant of what you bring to the table. And companies that value talent and competitive talent and talent which comes and saves on time in terms of your productivity, they would love to keep such an individual. The issue is how many companies help women recognize that capacity. How many of us end up doing the job for our male colleague and say, "Acha, theek hai, mujhe jana hai, tum kar do."
Right.
And how many of us become the good talent in a company because we've stayed beyond the working hours, because we've worked during holidays where our male counterparts will not work. So I think that that young girls, especially at the age of, let's say, 15, 16, 17, need to be taught that instead of finding a good boy, the first thing you need to do is find a good house and a bank loan that can service it. The second issue is when we look at the corporate structure, apart from looking at boardrooms, let's look at negotiating skills for women when they talk about contracts, when they talk about promotions. If we can assist women in that, I think we will do a great service to the female kind in businesses.
I want to steer the conversation away to more contemporary issues. Like you said,
This is contemporary.
Okay. I should have said more news-related.
This is essential.
This is essential.
It may be boring for you, but this is genuinely needed.
Absolutely. This is the 20th edition
It may not be a headline grabber.
No. Okay. Yeah, you have me there. So let me come to the point straight away. You've broken the political glass ceiling many times over. Yet, please tell us, when the Congress attacks you, as has happened in the recent past, is it because of your political position?
This is a headline grabber and it's a very boring question. Yes.
Is it because you're a politician, or is it also because you are a successful woman?
It is because I'm not apologetic about the fact that for the first time in Indian democratic history, the sitting national president of the Congress party was defeated in his family borough. And every time that they make vile attacks at me, I do not wither away like a flaying flower. I don't care how many vile sexist attacks they mount, because they don't define me. I define me. I don't seek their validation or anybody else's validation for being who I am today. The only thing I seek is votes from my voter once every 5 years. And I do so not because I need the vote because I'm the female candidate, not because I need the vote because I've been once upon a time Tulsi. I get that vote or I go to that vote on the basis of work that I have done in my constituency. For instance, my constituency for 40 years was promised a medical college. 40 years we had a family in power, that medical college never got made. I've been an MP only for 4 years. What did not happen in 40 years, I have got that medical college going now. There was a bypass which was promised 30 years ago, which did not get made. I got that bypass made in the past 3 years. I'm the first MP who has a house in my constituency. I'm the first MP who's gone to every Nyaya Panchayat. There are 2,000 villages. I have gone to every village in my constituency. I'm the first MP who got the Zilla Parishad elected for the BJP. I'm the first MP that made sure that we have a dialysis center in Amethi which did not exist. Amethi did not have a chief medical officer's office. I got that office made. Amethi did not have a district magistrate office done. I got that made. Amethi did not have a police line. I got that made. That is why I go to my voter.
और स्मृति जी, क्या यही कारण है कि लगातार कांग्रेस आप पे
Now
हमले
you're
करती
grabbing the headline for Raj Tak. Yes. And Kali is smiling there because
क्योंकि आपने एक शब्द और इस्तेमाल किया और मुझे लगा आपने कहीं ना कहीं उसमें इशारा किया. आपने शब्द कहा डिस्क्वालिफाइड. आपने डिस्क्वालिफाइड शब्द
होता है, मैं धड़ल्ले से बोलती हूँ, मुझे इशारा करने की जरूरत नहीं है.
तो जो डिस्क्वालिफाइड सांसद हैं और उनकी पार्टी है, एक्स सांसद ऑब्वियसली, लगातार आप पे हमले करते हैं. कहीं ना कहीं ये आपको पर्सनली चोट देता है क्या? ये
बिल्कुल नहीं. और मैं इसलिए कह रही हूँ क्योंकि देखिए, वो जिस धरा पर हैं, एक बहुत ही प्रतिष्ठित राजनीतिक खानदान से हैं. उस लेगेसी का अपना एक बर्डन होता है, एक एक्सपेक्टेशन होती है. मैं एक साधारण परिवार से हूँ. जब जन्मी तो मेरे माता पिता के पास 150 रुपए से ज़्यादा पैसा नहीं था. मेरी पहली नौकरी जो थी 1998 में, जब मैं फेमिना मिस इंडिया की फाइनलिस्ट रही, तब यहाँ मुंबई में बैंड्रा में मैकडॉनल्ड्स देश का पहला खुला था. वहाँ मैं पोछा मारती थी 1500 रुपए के लिए महीने में. To lose to such a woman, as they used to call me, a chit of a girl, that must really smart that gentleman. तो मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि जब एक महिला पर इस प्रकार का कटाक्ष किया जाता है या हमला किया जाता है, ये आप जितनी औरतें यहाँ बैठी हैं सब कहेंगी कि उनकी जिंदगी में कहीं ना कहीं ये सब हुआ है. Because that is done to deviate your attention. That is done to break your confidence. That is done to ensure that you are so flabbergasted you cannot punch back. The only difference is every time I'm hit, I make sure they lose another seat. So in 2019, there were sexist remarks, and those men who made sexist remarks were promoted. Then came the Vidhan Sabha in Amethi, and out of 5 Vidhan Sabha seats, Congress lost its security deposit in 4. Because everywhere the brother and sister went, I made sure that they lose the security deposit. Unfortunately, they didn't go to the 5th seat. Hoping they'll go there next.
Well, that's clearly a track.
It's not a surprise, then they don't like me.
Well, clearly, ladies and gentlemen, Smriti Irani, India's most powerful woman in politics, at least in my books, and I'm sure in all your books as well. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you.
traveling from different parts.
Armed with facts,
Looking at political background.
she takes the news by its horns.
Do you think the future of these students are not hampered?
Fierce, bold, and direct, setting the tone for the biggest stories from every corner and every angle. Expect nothing but the unfiltered truth.
News first, niceties later. Watch me, Nabila Jamal, on India Today.
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com.
You said at one of our conclaves, and it stuck with me. कुछ बनने का नहीं, कुछ करने का सोचो. Since you're a great believer of technology, Prime Minister, I thought you would enjoy meeting our newest anchor, Sana. She is our first AI anchor, and I'd very much like you to meet her. Sana, come say hello.
माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी, हम आभारी हैं कि आप हमारे बीच आए। मेरी ऑन द जॉब लर्निंग अब शुरू हो गई है और 2024 तक मैं देश की सबसे अच्छी जर्नलिस्ट होने की कोशिश करूंगी। उम्मीद करती हूं कि तब आपसे एक एक्सक्लूसिव इंटरव्यू करने का मौका मिलेगा। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
Thank you, Sana. I'm sorry, Prime Minister, she's very ambitious. I'm sure, PM, you already have a few AI spokespersons in the making, ready for me. And I will be welcoming them in the Aaj Tak AI newsroom.
मेरे लिए मोटिवेशन थी कि मैं इस देश के लिए वर्ल्ड कप जीतना चाहता था।
Cricket heals India.
सबने यही कहा, just go out there and lift this cup.
Yeah, stars had aligned.
I really do feel this is like yesterday.
We have this confidence, that we can lift the cup. We always had that belief.
This was the moment when it came together.
They were the children of destiny, the men of destiny.
Nothing could pin them down.
Arnab, after Jio's telecom price wars, what's the Reliance game plan in the FMCG space?
Given the kind of action that is happening in the market, because Reliance has already invested over $1.1 billion in acquisition of brands and partnerships as per a recent report, and it is expected by Morgan Stanley and JP Morgan that it is going to invest another $4 billion in over the next 3 to 5 years, which is equivalent to 33,000 crore in today's currency terms. So that is a significant investment that they are making in the market. Competitors in the market, like other leading players, FMCG players, are obviously taking note. Like, for example, very recently, Mr. Varun Bedi has said that he is closely watching the development that Reliance and the new products that are coming up from the Behemoth. And secondly, if you look at the Reliance's game plan, they have not only purchased new brands or launched new products, but they have also hired some of the key industry veterans. Like, for example, they have hired Mr. K. Krishnakumar to head their beverages portfolio, which now includes Campa Cola, a well-known brand from 1970s and 80s. So, of course, industry competitors like HUL and others are obviously watching the developments very closely, and given the kind of price that Reliance is offering in competition to these leading multinationals, of course, there could be some price cuts by them as well, the industry insiders tell us. And if you notice that HUL, after cutting pack sizes significantly over the last 2 years due to inflation, they have now started to increase their pack sizes in terms of grammage. They have started to increase the size of their packs at the same rate of late in the last one and a half months.
मेरे लिए मोटिवेशन थी कि मैं इस देश के लिए वर्ल्ड कप जीतना चाहता था.
Cricket heals India.
सबने यही कहा, just go out there and lift this cup.
Yeah, stars had aligned.
I really do feel this is like yesterday.
We had this confidence, that we can lift the cup. We always had that belief.
This was the moment when it came together.
They were the children of destiny, the men of destiny.
Nothing could pin them down.
You are watching India Today.
Hello, you're watching India Today and I am Aishwarya Paliwal. Let's start the show with the headlines. Countdown to the Karnataka polls officially kicks off. Single-phase election to be held on the 10th of May. Results will be out on the 13th of May. Former MP Rahul Gandhi to lead Congress's Satyamev Jayate Yatra from Kolar. It's the same place where he made the Modi Chor Hai comment way back in 2019. Lok Sabha Speaker reinstate Lakshadweep MP Mohammad Faisal's membership hours before Supreme Court was to take up his case. Kerala High Court had earlier stayed his conviction in a murder case. Fugitive Amritpal Singh releases a video from his hideout, prays victim, calls for mobilization. Now, the state of for Karnataka is now truly and well on. The state goes on polls on the 10th of May. Now, this is a three-way fight between the incumbent Bharatiya Janata Party, the Congress Party and the JDS. On the 13th of May, the entire country will know who will be the king of Karnataka.
The stage is set for Karnataka Assembly elections. The Election Commission on Wednesday announced voting for the 224-member Karnataka Legislative Assembly will be held on May 10th. Results will be declared 3 days later on May 13th. While the election dates have come out, the battle had begun months in advance, with the BJP, Congress and JDS hitting the campaign trail.
BJP is always a ever-ready party. We don't prepare for elections. We prepare for organization and we prepare for welfare of the people, and we are ready.
The BJP is banking heavily on Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who has already visited Karnataka 7 times in the last 3 months. Karnataka Congress Chief Shivakumar has alleged the EC delayed announcement of poll dates to facilitate Prime Minister Modi's inauguration spree in the state.
At any point of time, we are ready. What they do, they took their own time for the Prime Minister, Home Minister come to do and give advertisement to all the media. Congress is well prepared for it.
While the BJP is expected to release their first list next week, the Congress and JDS have already given their first list of 124 and 93 candidates respectively. The BJP is fuming after a few of its leaders crossed over to the Congress in the run-up to the elections.
ನೋಡಿ, ನನಗೆ ಬಂದಿರೋ ಮಾಹಿತಿ ಡಿ.ಕೆ. ಶಿವಕುಮಾರ್ ಅವರು ಈ ಎರಡನೇ ಪಟ್ಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸುಮಾರು 100 ಸೀಟುಗಳಿಗೇನಿದೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ಮ BJP MLAಗಳಿಗೆ ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಖಾಲಿ ಇಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೇವೆ, ನಿಮಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಬನ್ನಿ, ನೀವು ಬಂದರೆ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹಲವಾರು MLAಗಳಿಗೆ ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇದು ಅವರ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿ ತೋರಿಸ್ತದೆ.
Corruption is one of the big issues in Karnataka, with the Bommai government being accused of Commission Raj in the state. The BJP has kept the Hindutva pitch alive and is doing some deft social engineering.
As the Election Commission of India announces Karnataka Assembly polls on the pious day of Durga Ashtami, the Congress Party and people of Karnataka resolve to throw out the BJP's 40% Commission Sarkara, which has brazenly looted the state.
यह कांग्रेस का बहुत पुराना जुमला है
और कांग्रेस कई महीने से कर रही है। कांग्रेस जमीन पे कहीं है नहीं। पिछले 3 से 4 महीने देखेंगे तो कांग्रेस ने कोई कार्यक्रम नहीं किया। आपस में डीके कुमार और सिद्धरमैया की जो झगड़ा है, एक दूसरे को देखते नहीं है, उसके कारण कांग्रेस में भी काफी अपना सिर फटौल हो रहा है।
While Karnataka is a do-or-die battle for the Congress, which is reduced to power in just 2 states. The BJP is fighting to retain its only southern state.
Congress are quite confident that they will be winning this particular election after aggressive campaign against BJP of corruption charges. But BJP believe that Prime Minister Narendra Modi's wave as well as Yediyurappa will try to fetch the votes for them in the days to come. On the other side, the Kingmaker JDS believe that they might play a crucial role in this particular election, where SD Kumaraswamy had said that he have offers from both the parties to join the hands. With your journalist Shivamurthy Sagairaj reporting for India Today, Bengaluru.
Now, the Congress party is upping the ante against the centre with its democracy disqualified protest campaign. A day after Prime Minister taunted the Congress party with the Bhrashtachari Bachao Andolan jibe, the party took to the streets once again. The BJP, meanwhile, continued to demand that Rahul Gandhi must apologise. The BJP is claiming that Rahul Gandhi has insulted the entire OBC community.
Mission 2024 turning into a battle of Modi versus Gandhis. The Congress has kick-started its month-long mass agitation, Jai Bharat Maha Satyagrah, to protest what it calls the murder of democracy. The Grand Old Party is milking the disqualification of Rahul Gandhi as an MP to garner sympathy of the Aam Aadmi. On Wednesday, the party's top leaders held a series of press conferences in 35 major cities across the country.
हमारे वक्त में हमारे खिलाफ ये बीजेपी बनी थी, राहुल गांधी जी, राजीव गांधी के वक्त में। आपको याद ही है, बोफोर्स को लेके जो झूठा केस बनाया गया, तभी जेपी जी बनी थी। जेपी जी कई बार बनी है, तो जेपी जी बना के आप दूध का दूध पानी का पानी क्यों नहीं करना चाहते हो? पूछे ना मोदी जी को नुकसान है अगर कोई गलती नहीं की तो, ना अडानी को नुकसान है। नुकसान तब है जो कोई गलती की है और सच्चाई सामने आएगी। अगर आप जवाब नहीं दे रहे हो, इसका मतलब आप मानते हो आप सच्चाई पे हो, तो आप जेपी से बैठाइए, मालूम पड़ जाएगा आपको।
जेपीसी की जो हमारी मांग है, उस पर सरकार ने कुछ नहीं किया। उल्टा जो जेपीसी की मांग करने में सबसे आगे आवाज उठाकर चल रहे हैं, राहुल गांधी जिनका नाम है, उनको परेशान करने में कोई कसर इस सरकार ने नहीं छोड़ी।
The Narendra Modi government is fielding its top ministers to defend Rahul's disqualification.
Mindset of Mr. Rahul Gandhi is that he is entitled to rule this country. That is his mindset. That mindset makes him question every court. That mindset makes him question the institution of speaker. That mindset makes him question the very democratic setup that India has.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi has taken the fight to the opposition camp by calling the newly forged opposition unity an attempt to protect the corrupt, provoking angry reactions from his rivals.
आप सब देख रहे हैं, कुछ दलों ने मिलकर भ्रष्टाचारी बचाओ अभियान छेड़ा हुआ है। आज भ्रष्टाचार में लिप्त जितने भी चेहरे हैं, वो सब एक साथ एक मंच पर आ रहे हैं। पिछले 9 साल में भाजपा सरकार ने भ्रष्टाचार के खिलाफ जो अभियान चलाया, उसने आज भ्रष्टाचार और भ्रष्टाचारियों दोनों की जड़ें हिला दी है।
भ्रष्टाचारी तो वो खुद है, एक लुटेरे लोगों को जो लोग भगोड़े हैं, यहाँ के पैसे लेके गए हैं, बैंक लूटे हैं, कर्जा यानी इंडस्ट्रीज के नाम पे, इन्वेस्टमेंट के नाम पे चंद लोग बैंकों से, LIC से पैसे उठाकर अपनी संपत्ति बढ़ा रहे हैं और चंद लोग तो भाग जा रहे हैं। उनके पीछे तो ये नहीं गिरे, उनको तो कुछ भी नहीं बोल रहे, उनके बारे में इंक्वायरी करने को तैयार नहीं, जेपीसी करने को तैयार नहीं। तो क्या वो करप्ट है? करप्ट लोगों के साथ मिले हैं क्या हम? तो करप्ट लोगों को सपोर्ट वो कर रहे हैं। ये चोर उल्टा कोतवाल को डांटे, ऐसी बात हो रही है।
The opposition is keeping the heat on in parliament as well. For 3 days now, Congress leaders have been attending the House in black attire as they stalled proceedings demanding a JPC probe into the Adani share crisis.
Question number 401. नो कॉन्फिडेंस मतलब अविश्वास की प्रस्ताव की बात किसी ने कहे होंगे, ऐसा नहीं। हम मेंबरों ने की ये सोच भी रहे हैं, लेकिन इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि अविश्वास प्रस्ताव आ गए हैं, पारित होने वाला है। सारे इनकी तो ज़्यादा रंगदारी शंका के बल पे ना, ये सरकार ये क्या है? सरकार ये है कि मतलब टायरानी ऑफ द मेजोरिटी, ये सरकार का असली सूरत है।
In a big show of opposition unity, TMC Supremo Mamta Banerjee is holding a 2-day dharna against the centre in Kolkata. Will Mission 2024 be Modi versus a unified opposition? Much could change in the coming months. Bureau Report, India Today.
Honorable Minister.
Now, the countdown to the high-stake Karnataka elections has begun. All the eyes are on H.D. Kumaraswamy, who in an exclusive interview to India Today said that both the Congress and the BJP are trying to woo him. Chief Minister Bommai is claiming the Congress and the JDS have already sealed the pact, and the Congress is saying it cannot rule out an alliance with HDK. The big question at the moment is, will JDS actually play the role of the kingmaker in the state of Karnataka?
A show of opposition unity. The occasion, H.D. Kumaraswamy being sworn in as Karnataka Chief Minister. That was in 2018. But what about 2023? This election season, the eyes are once again on H.D. Kumaraswamy. Which way will he and his party go? In an exclusive interview to India Today, Kumaraswamy declared that he was being wooed by both the BJP and the Congress.
Do you have pressure from the centre saying come with us? Have they already spoken to you?
Offer is there.
You have already offered?
Offer is there.
Okay.
Everybody offering me.
Even Congress is offering?
Everybody is offering me. They know their strength, what is their strength internally, they know.
Okay.
Some important persons who are approaching to thinking that this time also fracture will be there.
Hours after poll dates were announced, Chief Minister Bommai declared that a JDS-Congress deal was done.
It is in fact, there was a meeting in Hyderabad between Congress leaders and JDS. According to my information, a deal has been struck there.
Adding fuel to the political fire is top Karnataka Congress face.
बहुत सारे ಆಗಿತ್ತು ಮತ್ತೆ ಆಗೋದನ್ನ ರೂಲ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ಫಿಕ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಆದರೂ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು.
So will Kumaraswamy be king or kingmaker? Karnataka will know on 13th of May. With Nagarjun Dwarkanath and Sagairaj in Bengaluru, Bureau Report, India Today.
Now, a Ram temple on the lines of the Ayodhya Ram temple will be coming up in Karnataka's Ramnagar. The Babai government has already released the first look of this temple. The construction has already begun, and so has a political war of words over this temple. Watch this report.
As the Ram Mandir rises in Ayodhya, Uttar Pradesh, a similar temple is rising in Karnataka too. Eyeing the Hindu vote bank, the BJP government is all set to build a temple on the lines of the Ayodhya shrine in Ramanagra. The big announcement came just ahead of the assembly polls. The temple will be built on a 19-acre plot in Ramadevara Betta.
ಫಸ್ಟು ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟು ಪರ್ಮಿಷನ್ ಇವನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ತಗೊಂಡು ನಿರ್ಣಯವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ನಿಶ್ಚಯ ಮಾಡೋಣ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಏನು ದುಡ್ಡಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಜನರು ಭಕ್ತಾದಿಗಳು ಬಂದು ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದ, ಸರ್ಕಾರ ದುಡ್ಡಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾ, ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಪೇಯರ್ ದುಡ್ಡಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾ, ರಾಮ ಭಕ್ತರ ದುಡ್ಡಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾ, ಎಲ್ಲ ನಿಶ್ಚಯ ಮಾಡೋಣ.
The Congress is not impressed and is playing down the temple project.
This is a election manifesto, first of all. They are not going to implement. They are going to be ousted by the people of Karnataka. How can they implement?
As the BJP once again raises Hindutva pitch in the state, it seems the party is literally fighting the elections. Ram Bharose. Bureau Report, India Today.
Now, he's been on the run for almost 11 days, travelling through 3 states. And now the fugitive, Amritpal Singh, is said to be back in Punjab. Punjab police, which has not been able to get hold of the Khalistani leader until now, has now launched a door-to-door search operation. But the big questions still remain. Where exactly is Amritpal?
Amritpal Singh, the Waris Punjab De chief who was at the centre of a manhunt by police of 8 states, turned out to be hiding in Punjab. After a tearing 12-day run from multiple teams of police, Amritpal escaped the police dragnet by jumping from his getaway car and slipping into the dark. In Punjab's Hoshiarpur, 2 people who were driving in an Isuzu behind the Innova SUV which was being used by Amritpal and aide Papal Preet were caught. After the interrogation, the duo revealed that both the fugitives were indeed with them.
Pro-Khalistani leader Amritpal Singh and his close aide Papal Preet Singh are on the run. This is Marnaiya village in Hoshiarpur district, located just 7 kilometers from the district headquarters. There was an alert that Amritpal Singh and Papal Preet Singh could be hiding in this village. In fact, police launched a massive search operation but took away the vehicle which was being used by 2 unidentified persons who could be hiding in this village.
As per sources, late on Tuesday night, Amritpal was going to Jalandhar for an interview with an international news channel ahead of his planned surrender. As the Punjab Police Intelligence Unit got a tip-off, its personnel started chasing Amritpal and Papal Preet. And after being stopped at the Hoshiarpur police checkpost, Amritpal fled, leaving behind the car, vanishing into the darkness. Punjab police cordoned off the entire area and house-to-house searches were conducted, but it all turned futile. The Waris Punjab De chief has been playing hide-and-seek with the police since escaping from his hometown, Jallupur Kheda. He was then spotted in multiple occasions across Punjab. After escaping past toll plazas and using bikes and motor carts to escape Punjab police, hot on his trail. He had even given a slip to Punjab police officials, chasing him on an SUV by slipping out of his car into a narrow lane. After getting help of a woman friend in Haryana, Amritpal was last seen in Delhi's Madhu Vihar, once again helped by his women friends. In Delhi, he sported a changed look with cropped hair and also shed his trademark turban. Amid speculations that he was on the verge of crossing over to Nepal, the fugitive was spotted in UP's Lakhimpur Khedi. With the intensifying manhunt, Amritpal has now been finally traced to Punjab. In these 12 days, the fugitive may have covered over 1,100 kilometers, changed multiple vehicles, used public transport buses, altered his looks completely and went past multiple cities, virtually unchallenged. The Punjab police failing to catch him each time. With Kamaljit Sandhu, Manjeet Sehgal and Satyendra Chauhan, Bureau Report, India Today.
Now, the K Army Chief Amritpal Singh keeps slipping away from the police despite the authorities being on the hunt for more than 10 days. The big question now is, how does he do it? Amritpal Singh and his aide have been using a network of women to run and to hide. Watch this report.
From Punjab to Haryana to Delhi. Even after being declared a fugitive and multi-state police crackdown, Amritpal managed to repeatedly change locations. But how? India Today investigated and unearthed his lady network, who he used as pawns for shelter. Sources have informed India Today that Amritpal and his sidekick Papal Preet are known to have many female friends. More than 10 of them are on the radar. Amritpal used their houses to take shelter, be it Patiala, Haryana, and even in Delhi. 3 women in the capital have been tracked down and being interrogated by the cops for helping Amritpal. In Haryana's Kurukshetra, where Amritpal was seen boarding a bus, the Khalistani fugitive had helped there too. This is Baljeet Kaur, a middle-aged woman living in Kurukshetra who has been arrested by cops for harboring Amritpal and his aide. She claims she had no idea who they were.
कौन लेकर आया था अमृतपाल? जो हमारे जानकार थे पपल प्रीत सिंह, जिनको मैं मतलब इंस्टाग्राम के माध्यम से जानती थी. अच्छा. हाँ जी. नहीं सर, बिल्कुल नहीं पहचान रही थी क्योंकि उन्होंने पग बांधी हुई थी और चश्मा लगाया हुआ था, मास्क पहना हुआ. क्या बोला था अमृतपाल ने कि कहाँ जा रहा है वो? नहीं, उन्होंने सर इसके बारे में हमें कोई इन्फॉर्मेशन नहीं.
This is the elaborate femme fatale plot used by Amritpal Singh to evade cops for so long. And don't forget, besides these 10 odd women who helped him, his wife also actively helped him to get funds. With Manjeet Sehgal from Hoshiarpur, Bureau Report, India Today.
It is time now for us to slip into a very quick break. More news coming up on the other side.
You are watching India Today.
दो मुद्दे हैं. आप कहते हैं राहुल गांधी की माफ़ी होनी चाहिए और विपक्ष कहता है कि अडानी पर जेपीसी होना चाहिए. तो पार्लियामेंट चलेगी या नहीं चलेगी?
जैसे रोड पर बोलते हैं ऐसे पार्लियामेंट में नहीं बोल सकते. अब इतने बेसिक कंसेप्ट ही अगर क्लियर नहीं तो हम भी क्या कर सकते. पार्लियामेंट चलाने के एक नियम बने और वो हमने नहीं बनाए हैं, उनकी दादी के पिताजी के समय से चल रहे हैं.
मेरे लिए मोटिवेशन थी कि मैं इस देश के लिए वर्ल्ड कप जीतना चाहता था.
Cricket heals India.
सबने यही कहा, just go out there and lift this cup.
Yeah, stars had aligned.
I really do feel
this is like yesterday.
We had this confidence, that we can lift the cup. We always had that belief.
This was the moment when it came together. They were the children of destiny, the men of destiny.
Nothing could pin them down.
You are watching India Today.
And our good news today comes from the state of Bihar, where the daughter of an e-rickshaw driver has bagged the 3rd rank in class 12th commerce team. Payal Kumari's father is the sole bread earner of the family, but this did not deter her from overcoming all the hurdles. In fact, the father made sure that he had enough to educate his daughter. Take a look at this report.
अमीरों के पास कोई वजह नहीं होती है कि हम आगे बढ़े, लेकिन गरीबों के पास सबसे बड़ी वजह है कि वो गरीब है और उनको उनसे निकलने का प्रयत्न करने चाहिए सबसे ज्यादा.
Truer words were never spoken, one could say. Payal Kumari did not see poverty as a drawback. It instead motivated her to work hard. She has scored 94% in class 12th and bagged the 3rd rank in commerce stream in Bihar.
इसका श्रेय किसको जाता है?
पेरेंट्स को, टीचर्स को, गॉड को और सबसे ज्यादा मेरी प्रमीला मैम को, जो मेरी प्राथमिक टीचर थी.
The biggest cheers goes to her father.
पापा ने हमेशा प्रयास किया है कि जो भी हम मांगते थे एक बार हमें मिल जाता था. कभी समय पे पैसा नहीं मिल पाता था तो फिर उसके बाद उनको किसी और से मांग के हमको देना पड़ता था. वो कभी भी ये नहीं देखते थे कि दिन हो रहा है या रात. जब भी उनको मौका मिलता था वो कोशिश करते ज्यादा से ज्यादा अर्न कर सके ताकि हमको जो है ना ज्यादा से ज्यादा फैसिलिटी प्रदान कर सके.
Payal's father is a e-rickshaw driver in Khagadia.
हमने अपने तरफ से पूरा सपोर्ट किया है और उसका नतीजा और उसके मेहनत का फल है जो कि आज बिहार में टॉप 3 पर आई है इंटरमीडिएट में कॉमर्स. अभी सपना बस यही था पढ़ाई का, जो हम कड़ाकड़ यहाँ तक पहुँचे, आगे भी हम पढ़ाते रहेंगे.
This is where Payal lives with the parents, brother and sister. The lack of facilities has never deterred Payal.
आगे आप क्या बनना चाहती हैं?
आगे
सपना क्या है?
सपना तो IAS बनेंगे.
Payal has a long way to go before realizing her dream, but with her drive, she's bound to reach there. Bureau Report, India Today.
And with that, it's time for us to wrap up this bulletin. Thank you for watching India Today. This is me, Aishwarya Paliwal, signing off.
You are watching India Today.
From Dhanushkodi's old harbour to Talaimanar to Archal Munai, a 62-kilometer swim sounds quite daunting and adventurous. So what was it like for you?
Incredible experience. It was a lot of excitement. It was a lot of enthusiasm, fear, anxiety, stress. But yeah, it's overcoming all that and finishing what I set out to do is one of the most important things. It's a beautiful, beautiful place, considering the Ram Setu is a very important religious sentiment to us Indians. Setting out and being able to swim across that successfully, I think is not only for me, it's showing that India is a very, very, very powerful state, whether it be in faith or whether it be in support. Swimming is really not that easy. It's so much more different than any other normal sport. And training for that takes about 3-4 months of rigorous training. There's a lot of things that go into it. Your diet, your physical fitness, your mental fitness is very, very important. So for this particular swim, it was more mind over the body. You can keep pushing as much as you can, but the mind needs to also be able to push with your physical capacity.
मेरे लिए मोटिवेशन थी कि मैं इस देश के लिए वर्ल्ड कप जीतना चाहता था.
Cricket heals India.
सबने यही कहा, just go out there and lift this cup.
Yeah, stars had aligned.
I really do feel this is like yesterday.
We had this confidence, that we can lift the cup. We always had that belief.
This was the moment when it came together. They were the children of destiny, the men of destiny.
Nothing could pin them down.
Hello and welcome. You're watching our special broadcast, Return of the Cholas. I'm Dipali Patel, and in the next 30 minutes, I'm going to give you and take you back in time to revisit the history of the dynasty, which is known for its grandeur and rich culture. After a gap of 6 months, Mani Ratnam is back with the second installment of Ponniyin Selvan. The grand trailer and audio launch was held in Chennai. Interestingly, both the parts of this historical drama were shot at the same time, and now the story of Ponniyin Selvan Part 2 will get started from where Ponniyin Selvan Part 1 ended. Here's everything you need to know.
Attending the event, including the cast and crew. Chief guest of the event, Kamal Haasan too, arrived wearing a beige blazer. Aishwarya Rai, who essays Queen Nandini's role in this period drama, showed up in her pink embellished kurta set, looking all royal. She even thanked the crowd for a warm welcome and expressed her feeling on Ponniyin Selvan too.
Audience world over, in our country, here in Tamil Nadu, in Chennai, and in every home, every viewer who has given us your audience and has enjoyed viewing the work, the efforts of the entire team.
Aishwarya was even seen seeking blessing from her guru Mani Ratnam, and videos of the same have stormed the internet. Trisha, who essays the role of Kundavai, and Shobita Dhulipala too arrived donning their ethnic best. Jayam Ravi, Karti and Chyan Vikram also made their stylish appearance as they partake in the grand trailer launch. A.R. Rahman, who has composed the songs for this two-part franchise, set up the mood for the night with a soothing album. His team even worked upon 35 songs in multiple Indian languages.